Hi, this is the Pickerington Public Library's Rhyme Time Tips for Baby series. And in this, we kind of give tips for the caregivers for little ones ages 0 to 23 months. Today, I was going to kind of talk a little bit about signing with your little ones. If you've ever been to one of our early literacy classes, you've seen us using a lot of movement and music and things of that nature with the little ones. And the reason we do that is because they love exploring with their hands, they love bouncing around, and they love to hear that music. It's something that they're able to do, and it's something that is a little bit fascinating for them. It's a great way for them to learn their early language. So the first tip I would give you if you're just starting to introduce signing with your little one is to sign early. Sign as early as you can. And even if you haven't started and they're a few months old or even up at the 23 month range, it's not too late. Just start as early as you can and get that going. And obviously, if you're starting early, you're going to start with the first few words that they know, which are going to be things like milk, which is just like, if you don't know milk, it's just like this. Every time you give them a little bit of milk, you'll just sign milk, and you say milk at the same time. You'll sign hungry. Are you hungry? You want some milk? Okay, let's eat your milk, or let's drink your milk. Tired. Oh, this is sleep. And tired. Oh, you're tired, you want to go to sleep? When you're putting them to bed. Just putting these into kind of the daily life that they have. We don't know a lot of what they're feeling, but some are pretty clear. Hungry and tired are usually really obvious to us as caregivers. Hurt. This is a really good one to teach little babies. As soon as they can start getting their hands together, if they can tell you they're hurt, that's going to be really useful. They can tell you when they're upset. It's not just that they're hungry or they're tired. They can actually clarify that something might be hurting them. Hurt is really helpful. And then more, which is kind of close. So if they're done eating, they actually want more. They can tell you, and they're really good at letting you know when they want more. So they're just a few of those everyday words. And obviously mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, or whatever the name is that you have that you want them to use for you. You need to teach them a sign. These are the ASL terms. Some people like to use baby sign, which is kind of making up whatever, and that's totally fine too. You can follow whatever your baby signs are that they're teaching you, because sometimes they just make up their own. One of my favorite stories when my little one, one of mine was learning to sign, he would say please. We taught him how to say please, and he'd say please, and then he'd say car. And we kept trying to find his little car because he's being so nice and asking for it so nice. So let's find his car for him, his little toy car. We don't know where it is. And we realized after a while that every time he did this and was asking for his car, because he did it a lot, every time he did it, we were hearing sirens. He was signing police car, police car. He'd made up his own sign. So it wasn't please car, it was police car. And even now, we still kind of sometimes say please car when we hear those sirens, and he's now 19 years old. So, but follow those baby signs. They'll make up their own, they're creative, and things will click for them. Also, one of the best things about signing with your baby, people sometimes worry that if my kid starts to sign, maybe they're not going to speak. Maybe it's going to delay their speech. I've heard that concern before. Studies do not support that. So I know that it can be a concern, but they don't necessarily support that. And also the best thing about signing versus another language is you can literally do both languages at literally the same time. You can say more and sign more at the same time. You can reinforce them exactly at the same time over and over, and you don't have to translate the language. You can be speaking English constantly and also be doing the signs. And the more you do that, the more they're going to reinforce both of those. And there are some kids that have some delayed speech, and it's actually wonderful for them to have a way to communicate with you if they are fall in that category, because it can be frustrating to not be able to say what they're thinking. And some of those children being able to kind of give them a voice when they don't quite have it yet is really awesome. So those are just a few of the tips for signing with your baby. We have some resources here at the library, just things like to help mom or caregivers and little ones signing together. We have DVDs. If you want to entertain your little one, these are great. These teach actual ASL if you're interested, and they're very entertaining for your little one. Check them out. We have quite a few of these. We have different kinds of books for kids to check out on ASL, nonfiction books. This one's about singing different songs. And we also have things if you as a caregiver are more interested, you can also learn ASL yourself or different ways to sign. Get a little more familiar so you can do it with your own child. So hopefully this might interest you guys a little bit to maybe try some of these with your own children. So it was great to share this with you today, and hopefully we'll see you guys again soon on another episode of Rhyme Time Tips for Babies.